website. Yeah.
Sir, but we can do the same thing with the use of that video tag and audio tag and that link. So
So
what's the
no,
purpose
no.
of this tag?
So suppose you want to insert an advertisement which is present on the other site, correct? It's not on your website, it's present on some other website. If you want to insert a document of other website on your page, that's when you use an iframe. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir,
So
got it.
got the point. The source is different when you're taking the
Yeah.
content from other website. The source is different, but when you're using audio tag, video tag, you generally get it from the local host or from the server.
From
Okay.
the yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir, got it. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Yes. Any other question? Hello, students.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Hi.
Sir, my name is Rohit Dhampurika. I am from Tuba. Sir, my question
Hmm.
is that there is a tag called video tag in HTML. Sir, video
Correct.
tag support which format?
So
So,
if you
which
see in the
formats are
video,
support?
I think when you go to the video tag, it should be MP4 generally, or you can specify the format. If you look at the tag option attributes, if you have heard about attribute, you can specify the format in which video is. By default, it should be MP4.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, it does not support MKV format.
Which one? Okay. Can you
MKV,
come?
sir.
MKV, I'm not sure. Let me get back to you. Just a second. So actually, when it comes to HTML, there are mainly three supported type because it is loaded in the browser, correct? Not on your local machine, since it's a browser thing. So it has mainly three formats which are supported by HTML. The one is MP4, the other is WebM, and other is OGG. These are the video formats was supported by HTML. And the video format could also vary on browser to browser. Suppose you're using Chrome, it might have some additional video format support options. If you're using Edge, you might have some different. So it's like that only.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you can find a list of supported video tag on W3 schools. Should be there.
Students, you have more questions?
Hello, sir. I have a question. My name is Vivek Vishwakarma. I am from Sagar Institute of Research and Technology Excellence, Bhopal. Sir, my question is,
Okay.
why is a URL encoded in HTML?
I didn't get the question. Can you come again?
Why is a URL encoded in HTML?
So basically URLs are encoded so that it could be sent over the internet, correct? So there are some special characters that has to be replaced so that it could be sent over the internet, and they could be understand by something known as ASCII character set. So basically URLs are encoded so that it could be sent over the internet and could be understood by the browser. Okay, that's
Okay,
why
sir. I
encoding
got
is
it.
done.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, continue. Please ask more questions. Hello, student of DN Patel College. Please ask questions.
Sir, one more question.
Sure.
Sir, does a document doc type HTML tag is a HTML tag, sir?
Sorry.
Sir, we can write doc type HTML in starting of any HTML document.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
it is a HTML
That
tag.
specify that. Yeah. So it specify that the following content would be the HTML content. So when you specify doc type, you specify this is the HTML content coming forward. Yeah.
हाँ तो Vasu sir, actually there's a student Gemini. She want summary of this front end course in short.
In short.
I don't know.
Okay.
Actually chat box में उन्होंने question लिखा हुआ है कि मैम I want the summary of this front end course in short. I feel like it is difficult to learn due to lack of proper roadmap, so I want help for that.
I think the roadmap is there already, right? So if I give a summary, she won't be able to understand. First, she would have to go through not the summary is something which you take when you are done with the chapters. Summary is not something you do for learning.
Actually, I would like to
So I
request
think she
Gemini,
should
please
go.
ask your question clearly. Hello, Gemini. Hello. Gemini Patil.
Yes, ma'am.
Please आप अपना question clear पूछ लीजिए.
Ma'am, actually my question is that I want a proper guide or a roadmap for this.
You are not
front end.
audible properly. बहुत आपकी voice बहुत ही slow आ रही है.
नहीं, I got the point, ma'am. मेरे को समझ
Okay,
आ
ठीक है.
गया point.
Okay.
So what she is saying is she want a proper guide. I think the course which you have sent me, this is IBM front-end web development, IBM Innovation Camp Excel sheet, which has been shared to me. I think this is the proper roadmap which she can use. Or she could use this link also. I'll share the link in the chat itself. Summary would be difficult, but yeah, this should be sufficient to begin with. Yeah, I think so. I think um, the course which you have sent should be sufficient. That's the roadmap she should follow.
पूरे बंद पे तो जाए दे।
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, so I think I've answered her question that she should follow the roadmap given by IBM only. That is the roadmap that should be followed. I've seen to the topics, they're pretty detailed. She should go through that one. And for the reference, I have sent one link. She could use it for her reference.
Okay, okay. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Anybody have any other question?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah.
Sir, I asking about the somehow tags that we actually implemented in HTML5. So any further advancement or adding some tags in HTML6 or any working on HTML6, sir?
HTML6. Currently, I've not heard about. There is Java ES6. Never heard about HTML6. There's HTML5 only currently. I'm not sure
And
if there is
uh,
HTML.
and
Yeah.
any further requirement and any need to upgrade the current HTML or sufficient
Uh,
to the development side?
This HTML is more than sufficient for it. It's just not HTML most of the time. It's CSS combined with HTML is like it defines the structure, but yeah, the HTML5 is very sufficient. People will keep adding. That's not an issue, but HTML5 is more than sufficient for your development. Everything could be done in that. Yeah. Never heard about HTML6 though.
Thank
Hello,
you,
sir.
sir.
Yeah.
Sir, after learning
Yeah.
the HTML, CSS, and basic JavaScript, so there are some frameworks, sir, like React.js, Vue.js. So, which
Yeah.
framework is
Yeah.
best for the good development, sir?
If you're only focusing on the front end development, I would say React.js to begin with. Yeah. React.js is the one of the very famous framework by Facebook. You can use that for your development when it comes to front end, or you can use Vue.js. It's totally upon your. I would say you can start with React.js. That is pretty good. You can use that. Yeah.
Sir, may I ask some question about React.js, sir?
Okay. Yeah.
After, at the time of deployment, we are
Mhm.
building the React.js whole React.js product, sir. So, what it does exactly, sir? I
Yeah.
mean, build.
Okay. So basically, what it does, it converts all those React components and every code into the HTML code for you at the end, and then it's deployed.
So, sir,
If you want a
if
very deep.
uh,
Mhm.
actually got it, sir. Sir, suppose if I want to, if I follow that path, Munstack web development, so that will be best for the web development, sir.
Which one?
Munstack, sir. React.js, Node.js, Express. I mean full stack development type.
Oh,
Express,
okay, okay, okay. Yeah,
Node.js. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, that one means stack. Okay, okay. Yeah, that should MERN stack. Okay, okay. MERN, right?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah, MERN.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. That you can use. That should be. Yeah, that is the full stack development. Yeah, you can do that. It's totally up to technology. The people, technologies keep coming, and there's a keep. The technology keeps changing. So yeah, you have to learn. And I think MERN stack is one good. You can use that for.
Okay, sir. And sir, in the real world companies like the big tech companies, so what they are using, sir, actually framework or custom HTML, CSS, JavaScript?
It's always the framework when it comes to building. So for example, if you look at the Facebook, few of its components are built in React.js. So it's a mixture. So they generally use React.js, and most of the startups currently are using React.js as it is easy to deploy and learning curve is not that big. So generally React.js and all is the framework there. It's not always HTML, CSS. Mostly it's the framework.
And sir, if you consider the framework, so some people are using some pre-built component like Bootstrap, Material UI, and all that. So that is best,
Yeah. So
uh, or can we develop the custom that is
so
best?
ba it's totally up to you. You can use the Bootstrap library if you want. You can use Bootstrap is also a framework. You could use other people components and embed that components in your React code. You could customly add new depending upon the requirement you can make, and you can modify anything. Yeah, that's how it works.
And sir, last question for me, sir. Sir, suppose we are developing
Mhm.
some front end application, sir, in the front end side. So there are some unnecessary code and other things we are using, so that the build time will increase of that particular application. So how can we reduce? What is the technology we can use so decrease the build time of that particular application?
Build time does generally depends upon the npm tool which you're using. So it doesn't affect by much, I don't think so. It takes how much time it takes to build. It's a very less amount of time, I think so, right? You
Yes, sir.
could write optimized code. You could write some optimized code. There's no tool for it. Code should be optimized is done for the person by the programmer itself. But I think there's some optimization tools available. You could search optimization tools for that. Not too sure about this thing. Never done this one.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, next question. Anybody?
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, I have another question too.
Sure.
Sure. Yes.
Sir, I want to ask there are a lot of tags that are available in HTML, but they are also available in CSS, right? For example, like a font tag. They they used to say like you have to study font tag in HTML too, and you have to study that font tag in CSS too. And we all know that we don't use the HTML tag that is like we don't use font tag
Yeah.
that is provided in HTML. We mostly use like
Yeah.
CSS all the time. So, sir, what is the purpose of that tag?
Correct.
If like we are not going to use that tag, then why we are even learning that tags? And they are not only font tag, they are like a lot of
This
tags, sir. So what's the reason, like what's the use of those tags in HTML?
So basically, they're just making you learn everything which you have in HTML. Correct. You don't use or not. That's not the purpose. It's just making you learn what all the options you have when it comes to. So there are different ways of doing things, right? If you want to complete a task, there are different ways of doing that. There's one approach. There's another approach. So they're making basically making you familiar with every approach you can have. It's not you have to use that. It's just they're making you aware that this all approaches are there for you. It's totally up to you which you want to use at the end of the day.
And sir, you recently said mostly we don't use in MNCs, we don't use HTML and CSS, we work on frameworks, right?
So yeah, the framework, but the framework which you look at it, it consists of HTML code itself. When you develop and suppose when the person asks about React.js, when you write a React.js component, it has HTML code right under it. Under the code, if you look the React.js components, when you write, it is HTML code itself, and styling is done by the CSS.
Okay, sir.
So a framework is something different, not exactly like that, but say framework is different, which makes your task easier for you.
Okay, sir, got it. Thank you, sir.
But HTML, CS is always there. It's right there in the framework.
Okay, sir.
Next question. Hello, students.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ask
Hello.
question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, sometimes we are using media query for the responsive design, sir. So some people are saying that media query is not fine to not fine for it means not good for the responsive design. You can use another technology like Flexbox and other things. So how it is
Yeah,
true, sir?
it's true actually. Media query is not that better. You should use Flexbox generally for making a responsive website.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Yeah, so generally when it comes to responsiveness, in media query, you specify the height of the, the height, I mean the screen size, right?
Yes, sir.
Suppose if the screen size is, if the screen size this, then do this, and this should be size. But when it comes to for each size, for each screen, you would have to specify. But when it comes to Flexbox, it's you specify the column width, which is taken. So when you specify the columns, it is taken up by the screen width. It automatically takes up the screen width. You don't have to specify the screen width, what should be screen width and all. So that's why it's generally better to use this, what do you say, Flexbox, CSS Flexbox.
Yes, sir. Sir, but sometimes suppose we want to hide the nav bar of the particular height. So that time we need to use media query, sir. So what can we do at that time?
No, didn't get. If you want to hide
Sir,
the nav bar,
if suppose I want to hide navbar and convert into some hamburger site, hamburger like structure. So at that time, so I need to use a media query, sir, because I want to
yeah, correct.
yeah.
Mm, yeah.
So,
So
so
it totally depends upon the user. Like I said to the other guy, um, you don't generally have to stick to an approach. It depends upon when you want to use. It's not hard and fast rule that when you're doing this, do that. It's upon your creativity. You can use whenever you want. It's not like sometimes you can use media query when it is more useful, when you feel like it is suitable to use media query, you will use that. Otherwise, you generally prefer what do you say, Flexbox.
okay, sir, got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Next question. Hello, students. Please. Hello. Anybody have any question? That means आप लोगों को कोई भी doubts नहीं है, HTML पूरी तरह से clear है, क्योंकि इसके बाद हम दूसरा टॉपिक शुरू करेंगे नेक्स्ट वीक। ये वाली मास्टर क्लास कंप्लीट होने के बाद इसके लिए आपको फिर से कोई मास्टर क्लास इस टॉपिक से रिलेटेड नहीं मिलेगी। अगर आप चाहते हैं ये इस टॉपिक से रिलेटेड कोई भी क्वेश्चन, तो प्लीज आप अभी क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं इस वाली मास्टर क्लास में। हेलो स्टूडेंट्स।
Hello, Manisha ma'am. There
I
are some
think
question. There are some question in chat box.
okay,
So please
I'll
read
check.
that.
Okay.
So I think I have answered the responsive one. To make the
Okay.
site responsive, you can use Flexbox. You could use media queries. I think that should be great. The second one, which is difference between block elements and the inline elements. So basically, block elements, okay, it takes up the full width of your screen, and whenever you take the next element, it should start with the next line. Okay, so a block element will always take the full width available from left to the right as far as it can. Okay, that's the block level element. But when it comes to inline, so inline does not start on a new line. It will take the space as much as it is needed, and it will start from there. So it does not start from full line, I mean new line, and it does not take the full width. Whereas the block element will take the full width, and next element would start from the new line. Yeah. So basically the lang attribute which you are asking specify the language of the HTML content. It could be English, it could be French. Suppose you're writing a website for a French person. That would be the French content, right? So that's why it shows which type of language we are using for the element contents.
So I have the last one.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's kind of confusing. Like in that background color in CSS is a non-inherited property. Like it's a non-inherited tag, but it gets inherited when we put like background color by some other tag. Like it's
Yeah.
inherit the property. Like
Yeah.
I'm kind of confused.
Sorry, your voice is breaking off for me.
Hello.
Your voice.
Hello,
Hello.
Shivanshu, please repeat the question.
एक बार
So that
can you repeat?
sir, Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That background color in CSS is like non-inherited, but it is inherited. So, like, is it transparent or something?
Didn't get your question again.
Sir,
Inherited, not inherited? I didn't get this point.
sir,
Hindi
like,
में you can tell me
yeah,
अगर
yeah.
दिक्कत है.
Sir, I can. Sir, even I cannot specify the question like that properly. Okay, sir. I will search about it and I will ask the question later.
ठीक है ठीक.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Yeah.
Sir, suppose sometimes we are sending the data into front end to back end, sir. So that time, sir, I don't know, sir, what how much the front end developer role in that, sir. I mean, can I need to call the API or sir, I don't know about that, sir. How much role of that front end developer into that, sir, to sending the front end data to that particular API, sir.
So there, when it comes to building a website, there are only two parts. First is the backend database, which implements a business logic and every stuff. And the second one is the front end. So basically from front end and React, if you're considering, from React, you call an API, you get the data, you fetch the data from the using so you do some you make a API request, you do some business logic, you get back the data, you display the data to the front user. That's so all the API
And sir,
callings are done from the front end.
okay. And sir, suppose I develop some template only and some template and some, like, suppose I am developing some form, so I have developed a template only. So that is not my role. I need to call API also
Sorry.
in front end side. Sir, suppose I am developing the form, so I have developed some page like input fields, and I have not called the API like in Axios in Fetch. So that is also a front end developer role to call API in front end.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So when you're calling the API, you have to call using the front end on there.
Okay, sir.
Any anyone have? Hello, Vasu sir. Have you answered the question of chat box?
Almost. This last one, that's a whole topic to discuss. So how can we make our website responsive to? That's another topic. So I think that should be gone through the tutorials itself. Should be there in the tutorials. I'll send the link also.
Okay, okay. Right. Then student, you have more question? Hello, students.
Sir, please give some tips and tricks about CSS.
Tips and tricks. Like how, what tricks you need from me? There's no, I mean, what you're trying to make, that depends what you're trying to make. So
Sir, just like
always, okay. So for responsiveness, your website should always be responsive, right? It should not get, it should not get like it should not fade away when it comes when you take when you view it on the mobile. The elements should not be disarranged. So you can use Bootstrap for your betterment. You could use CSS Flexbox. Okay, Bootstrap container is there. You can use that, or you could use
yes, sir.
Flexbox. These two should be always there in your CSS. Should be there. It should be. Uh, when it comes to the what else you can do in CSS, you should. Just a second. If I have something for you, let me search. Just a second. Give me a minute. और फिर आप second thing which you should consider was with the content alignment, how you are aligning your content. Okay, so suppose you're making a list, you should use something known as block element, because every element should start in the next line. What else? You can use some styling, always use some styling to style your elements. And okay, the one of the most important things, suppose if you go to any website, correct, and when you take your mouse over some links, the color should change. That that tells the person that the link, it's a link, so that should be the hover effect. Okay, and
Yes, sir.
always make sure when you're trying to use the images, they don't get, they fit in the container, fit in a website. Okay, and when you reduce the size of when you view this website on your mobile phone, the image should fit in properly inside the phone also, so it should be flexible image. When the screen size increases, the image size should increase. When the screen size decrease, it should decrease. What
Sir,
else you can
how
use?
can do such type of effect?
That's all done with the Flexbox. Flexbox, Bootstrap containers also. I will send the link of that also. There's a class known as IMG Fluid in Bootstrap, which will which will automatically adjust the image size using,
Okay.
which are depending upon the screen size. Second thing, you could use media query, as the person said. Using media query, you can specify, or you can use Flexbox also. Should be done. Yeah, I think that's all you can use. Otherwise, I could send some Flexbox links also for you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Just a second, I'll send the link for Flexbox also.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Rahul sir.
Yeah, hello, ma'am.
I think there's no more question from student side, so we should close the meeting.
I got one question in chat box.
Okay.
That is, how to
Please
send
ask.
email directly using HTML without opening device mailbox?
Hello, Vasu sir.
Hello. Yeah.
Please
Okay.
answer.
So generally, this is not in this is generally done by the back end. This is not the front end thing. So it's not related to them right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Any more questions, students?
This is last call. Please ask if you have any question.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, sir. I'm Payal Patel from DN Patel College of Engineering. Sir, I have questions about white space in HTML. What is the advantage of collapsing white space?
Hello, Payal. Please repeat your question again.
Ma'am, what is the advantage of collapsing white space?
Collapse. Which wise? Please? I'm not able to get.
White space. White space.
Just a second. Not too sure. Just a second. Give me a second.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, just a second. I'm not too sure about this actually.
Okay, okay.
Mm. Uh, uh, okay. What I think I'm not too sure. I don't think so. I can answer this right now.
Okay. So, any more questions, students?
Hello.
Yeah.
I think we have done, and there is no more questions, so we can close the session, right? If you have any questions,
Okay,
students, you
student,
can write.
we are going
write
to close this meeting, this master class. I think you don't have any question. So thank you so much, Mr. Vasu, for joining us and answering the question of students. And thank you, students, for asking
Thank you. Yeah.
question. Okay. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you, Simar. Thank you, Vasu,
Thank you.
again.
Yeah. No problem.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye. Bye.